In continuation of the pre-commissioning visits to Ebony Agro rice mill in Ebonyi State, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Akinwunmi Adeshina, and his rice transformation team paid another visit to the factory to make sure that the rice milling factory is set to be commissioned by the President, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The minister took a comprehensive tour of the factory and interacted with the management of Ebony Agro.
What's the difference between a B and an A?
It is the size of grain. Some of them are 8 millimeters, the other ones are 10. The long grains are from 10 millimeters. If you mix the A grade with the B grade, they react differently to the temperature and to the soaking. Some of them may need 8 hours, some may need 9 hours to soak. And then if you go and cook it before it that time, you have a problem. Some will cook, some will not. So you have a lot of variation in the color. Right. You will see at the end when we get there what it makes.
And His Excellency and I were talking about that while coming here. But that's why it's very important to have these art growers, that you are not just buying paddy from everywhere, because you have to brand your rice. And for it to be branded, it has to be a particular size, particular color. There must be consistency in everything.
Absolutely.
So that's why this young commercial farmers thing is very important.
But please stay with the same grade. Like if you're promoting for 45, 52.
That's what I'm saying.
We plead with you to stay with it.
No, that's what I mean.
Stay with it.
You have the same uniform set of varieties being cultivated all across.
Okay.
So that way, they will plant the same time, they will harvest the same time, you will do your extension services.
Okay.
So you don't have a situation where you have multiple varieties.
Of grains, yes.
Which will affect your eventual milling quality and consistency.
After milling, we are able to assess the appearance of the paddy. This is now our brown rice. It's ready for milling. Now with the help of this machine, which is our rice mill,
when you look at what the Indians usually do, they call brown rice. It's actually finished parboiled rice, not brown. This is
parboiled.
Yes, it's parboiled. This is the brown rice.
What they bring is just finished rice. They just call it brown rice.
Yeah. It's now ready for milling. So that's the quality. And from here we need to take a look at the appearance of our rice.
To what we have over there.
We do a travel in the lab here. We also do some cooking to have a sensory analysis of our rice, how it smells, the aroma.
Your rice tastes very sweet.
Very sweet. It gives us 3 times volume of what we cook. It has a very high sorting capacity. That's what our consumer wants. So when you cook the cups, you have to have 3 cups from it. And
So the swelling capacity is
very high.
So which means the amylose content in the rice is high.
Exactly, sir. Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Bring the 10 kilo. 10 kilo.
Please hold your own. Sorry, this is mine.
So let's
I want them to see.
proudly Nigeria.
Proudly Nigeria. It's a fantastic thing. I congratulate you very much for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
I want to assure you and His Excellency that we will do everything we can to support Ebonyi State in helping Mr. President to achieve his self-sufficiency for rice.
Thank you, indeed. Thank you, indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you.
After the tour of the factory, the Wealth Creation crew had a one-on-one with the Honorable Minister, where he shared with us his impressions on the rice milling factory.
Well, the purpose of the visit is to see the rice mill in Ebonyi, and that particular rice mill is one that we had supported the private investor to actually put up. It's a 30,000 metric ton paddy mill, and I wanted to see the process line, and I was very delighted to see how it's working. It's a mill that was installed by the Chinese, and it's producing very high quality rice, which is fantastic rice on the market. So I went to look at it because Mr. President is planning to commission it. So that was the purpose of my visit.
For any rice milling factory to compete globally, some basics must be in place.
You see, rice, to compete globally, you need three things. First and foremost is that you must be able to increase the yield of rice. And the Rice Transformation Action Plan of government is to also increase the yields of rice so that you actually lower your unit cost of production. Secondly is the issue of the quality of the rice. And the quality of the rice is linked with whether you have a good rice mill and how the rice is produced and supplied to the mill.
And can the Ebony Agro rice compete globally? The minister has this to say.
I eat this rice every day. This is a fantastic rice. It competes very, very well. It's parboiled rice. It's long-grained, parboiled rice. Competes very well with any rice from any part of the world. And thirdly, the other thing that we are doing, as you know, is Mr. President has put in place the fiscal policy that says that Nigeria must produce its rice and be self-sufficient by 2015. And that has raised the tariff on imported rice. So that makes it more profitable for local millers of rice. So I think Nigeria is ready.
The chief promoter of the factory, Engineer Charles Ugwu, spoke on some of his challenges.
In terms of challenges, there are enormous difficulties, challenges, frustrations. The first one is the failure that we encountered of the commercial banks who were supposed to be our partners. The commercial banks were supposed to bring some funding to partner with us to make the partnership of government through Bank of Industry, ourselves a private investor and commercial bank. It did not come in time. Although right now we have a partnership with Fidelity Bank who is coming in with some funding. So funding is the first problem. Federal government, of course, in anticipation, gave us long-term money, which has a very low interest, 4%, and a 20-year time to pay. The rest of the difficulties relate to infrastructure. Infrastructure in terms of power, in terms of road, and in Ebonyi State in terms of water supply. Water supply is a big challenge because the local aquifer does not contain sufficient water to support the production. So we've had to make special arrangements to provide water. And then, of course, the manpower. You have to train everybody you're working with. All the people we have are local people who have to be trained. So manpower training is another. But overall, as we grow and acquire more technology, I believe that we can surmount the problem. Any Nigerian who is coming into this field, there are good opportunities, absolutely good opportunities. So we will encourage people to come on board if they can muster a small money to participate in the venture. That's really the way we are seeing it.